stupid ads. Especially for shows I will not watch, to be quite honest with you. Alright, this is Derek Jacobi. He actually started in the show with Ian McKellen. I never watched the show. I seen this clip when I was typing in Derek Jacobi, because they play like a biography of him and they talk about his career, and it's really cool. He did an interview for Oxford University where he talked about his entire life and how he became an actor, going from theater, Shakespeare workshop theater, to doing British theater to television and film. It's a very interesting. Ads are stupid. I know, right? Alright, so this is Derek Jacobi. I almost call him by his first name. I never interviewed him. Like, if there was ever like one person I would want to interview on my podcast, it has to be him. Like, I would want him as the first person to interview, because I always talked about him on the show from the beginning to now. So here he is in this show, and he gives like a brutal insult to Ian McKellen. So, because Ian McKellen's character wants to talk to Judi Dench. So, here it is.
Help at all preparing for the party. Thank you so much for offering, you big bitch.
I love that. Like, I'll play it. Like, it's pretty funny. I just love it.
Oh no, I don't need any help at all preparing for the party. Thank you so much for offering, you big bitch.
I would love to see Derek Jacobi just, like, anytime he has to do something with a scene with Jason, and Jason has to be like the sarcastic smartass, I would love to see Derek Jacobi come up with something off the top of his head just to, like, insult Jason. Because it'd just be great, like... It's amazing to see him come up with that. Like, someone said, like, in an interview, like, he got upset over his line for the show. Like, I don't know if it's true. Like, someone said, like, he did not like the original line, so he came up with something off the top of his head. And he just like made everybody not think of like what he was going to say, and he said it, and it just, and like they said, like off camera, like Ian McKellen was like laughing hysterically over it, because he said that Derek would say something between takes like nobody would think of. Like, they would insult each other over missteps and miscues for lines and stuff, which I always thought that was such an interesting thing. Like, they did a like a blooper reel, and it just shows them. And I never seen the show, and supposedly it's a comedy. It's a comedy show. Obviously, you could tell by the line. But the blooper reel of them insulting each other in a friendly way is more entertaining than the show, in my opinion. Like, I always love it seeing somebody, I'm going to use a wrestling term, break kayfabe and laugh. And to me, that was always funny, just to watch it. So, I was supposed to talk about CW. I wanted to talk about the CW shows and stuff, and we did in the beginning. Then we kind of like, welcome to my world, where I just go one direction, then the other direction, then the other direction. I have no script, so to work on. I write, but I have no things planned out for the show, because, for those who don't know, I got paid, and I had to, do grocery shopping and run errands and crap. But I'm home. So anyway, last night, I was tossing and turning in bed, because usually my mind doesn't shut off. My mind does not shut off. It just keeps going at 100 miles per hour. And I have to do push-ups, sit-ups, squats, just to get tired and go to sleep. Yeah. So anyway, in my mind, I was just thinking of this whole CW thing. They're doing the spinoff for Riverdale. Now they're talking about doing a spinoff of Arrow with Katie Cassidy playing Canary, or Black Siren. And I remember sitting there, and me too, love. Me too. And I remember just sitting, laying in bed, just going don't they have enough DC comic shows? Do they have enough? We have Batwoman, which will be on Sundays. I'm going to find the shows and I'll tell you what days they're going to be on, so hold on. It's best to put it out there, their scheduling and stuff. It's always best to do it that way, because I don't want to say, this show's on this and this and this, and people be confused. I'm always have to, follow. So, you have, for example, Supergirl. You have Batwoman. You have The Flash. You have Arrow. You have Legends of Tomorrow. And you have Black Lightning. Almost forgot that show. I know someone said to me, it's a really good show. You have to watch it. It's not bad. I will. But anyway. It's to the point of, is there enough shows on TV anymore? I'm not bitching or complaining about comic book shows. I'm not. We had Constantine and it got axed. But I feel like with all these shows, it's what is enough? I know we are now in the superhero time period of everything's a comic book, show, movie, animation, music. Literally, we had the Dark Knight's Metal the soundtrack, which I fucking love. I fucking love that soundtrack. Not as much as I love Batman Forever soundtrack, as corny as I am. I feel like there is a lot of shows, and when Smallville was on TV, that was special. That was special. This is a show that can bring the entire DC universe on television. They almost did. We never got Batman or Wonder Woman. Thank God for no Wonder Woman. But I feel like all these superhero shows sort of, they take away something special. You look at Gotham. Of course, they flat out said Gotham is separate from the Arrowverse, which was a good thing. Which made it special. It made Gotham special. Something about Gotham was special, just like Smallville. Because they were their own world, their own place. When they did The Flash, which was a spinoff of Arrow, it was special because you're like, you don't know where the show can go. The show could go into a different time period, different Earth, different place, which made it good. I mean, like the Flash Supergirl crossover. I mean, it was kind of cheesy, but it was really like, wow, you get to see another character from another Earth come to this Earth. That's awesome. Then they did the whole fucking crossover event, which made it really annoying. Like, I know there's a lot of people who are going to be thinking of me like, you're crazy to say that, but when you look at the many crossovers they did, it became annoying. Like, it became like an every year thing. Like, you had Flash versus Arrow, then Heroes Join Forces, then The World's Finest, then Invasion, then Duet, which I love the Duet one, by the way. Crisis on Earth X, Elseworlds, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but after they do Crisis on Infinite Earths, I really don't want to see another crossover event. I really don't. I really don't want to see another crossover. I feel like there's been enough. Like, the last one they did, Crisis on Earth X, was boring. I'm sorry, it was just boring. I know there's going to be a lot of people like, this is the greatest fucking thing ever. Kevin Smith would say that, but for me, I would say it's really boring. Like, heroes fighting Nazis. It was only special when Captain America did it. I mean, he didn't shell out political statements just to shock everybody. He did it in a way that is patriotic. To punch Hitler in the face. Then they had to bring in American fucking Chavez and do it, which made it cringy. I really don't understand her origins. Like, she has 2 moms and no dad. How did they make a baby? I don't know. Maybe they used some magic spell to do it. I don't know. I'm not writing for Marvel, so I know someone's going to be like, that's homophobic, but it's just sarcasm, satire. I really don't care. So anyway, it always bugged me that way. Like, when they do this whole Crisis on Infinite Earths and stuff, I honestly don't want to see another crossover. I really don't. I mean, if you think about it, this is the only time ever in television history that you are going to have an older Bruce Wayne on a network show. You know who was the last person to play an older Bruce Wayne on network television? Adam West. Adam West. He was the last guy to play Bruce Wayne Batman on television. The only guy, by the way, in live action to be Batman Bruce Wayne. And you got Kevin Conroy, who, I have nothing against him, but if you look at a photo of him, there's no way this guy's Bruce Wayne. You just look at him, he's very skinny. He's a very skinny dude. You got John Cryer playing Lex Luthor, which is dumb. I hate 2.5 Men. I don't know if I've mentioned that. Like, if you ever put on 2.5 Men on my TV, I would take a hammer to the TV. I would be like Psycho Dad when he smashed a TV because he couldn't see Game of Thrones.